the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the New Orleans Pelicans at Smoothie King Center. And for New Orleans, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And tip-off approaching, but in the meantime, let's discuss post-play. Shaq, you are a dominant post scorer. Duh. Who do you think are the top post scorers in the NBA right now?
Well, one, DeMarcus Cousins, 25-13, can go inside and go outside. He's a little frantic at times, but he's up there. Zach Randolph, he's got great feet work, nice soft touch. Big Al Jefferson, a.k.a. Baby Fundamentals. He does everything with his right hand, so he's so good. That's all he needs. And Brook Lopez, nice size, nice touch, and nice feet work, too. I know you say feet work is not a word, but you can't do nothing with footwork. You need both feet. So, Dr. O'Neal, name it, feet work, put it in the dictionary, shut it up.
Okay. Well, you know what? The guy who reminds me of Shaq a little bit, Nikola
Pekovic.
Yes.
Stop it.
He does, man. He's got some
of your mind.
He overpowers guys.
Stop it.
I mean, it's like a little version of
out.
Okay, all right.
Send it to Kevin for a body slam this guy.
I was reaching, man. I had the Kevin Durant alarms on that. I was reaching.
All right.
Tim Duncan's got to be in that conversation.
Oh, Dwight Howard, Blake Griffin, good guys. No, they overpower people. We're talking about.
My bad. I apologize.
Just overpowering.
No, but I already said the top centers in the league.
I'm just saying about overpowering.
Answer the question, man.
Okay, my bad.
Time to go down to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call. Kev?
Nikola.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Clippers come into town for this one. We're live from the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana, for this Pelicans home game. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Here are the five for the Clippers. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the small forward position. That is good.
Always nice to get the first lead of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there because to me it's just much more comforting to play from the front than to be battling from behind.
Now here's Redick. Picked by Griffin. Redick with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Shot clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here, and Paul gets it to go in.
And one thing that's made such a difference to Blake Griffin's game, the improved free throw shooting. He shot a career-high 73% from the charity stripe last year, the 4th season in a row that he's bettered himself in that category.
Here's Pondexter following the basket by Chris Paul. Evans kicks to Davis. Fades and shoots. The shot will not go. Griffin with some nice D. And going back to Griffin's free throws, I remember in his second season when he shot right around 50%, and that didn't put him in a Hackett Griffin territory, but it was close.
Yeah, you know, teams definitely prefer to foul him rather than give up the easy dunk to him, Kevin. I'd say that's still the case, but now Blake can make them pay either way.
So it's the Clippers now. And the Pelicans picked up 3 with their last shot. Evans against Paul. A baseline J, and he gets the buckets. Paul's got his second basket. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Evans with it. At the elbow, it's Gordon. Kicks it to Ashik. Back to Gordon. 5 to shoot. Ashik dishes to Evans. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Redick against Gordon. To the inside. Griffin with the steal. Paul against Gordon. Paul outside. Picked by Griffin. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Pelicans last season, a very solid team rebounding too. Top to bottom, the team they would rebound as a team.
And one of the metrics that I do like, that they led the league in contested rebounds. I mean, that speaks to the effort that this team competed with. And winning those 50-50 rebounds means more than just collecting any old miss.
I like that creativity, double clutching to catch the defender on the way down. I can go for that.
Paul passes to Jordan, picked by Griffin. Evans against Paul. Inside, Griffin. Jordan trying to free himself up. Griffin's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Evans kicks to Davis. Here's Pondexter. Back to Davis. Shot clock at 6. Here's Evans. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. The Clippers trail. Redick with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Redick dishes to Paul. Right side, Griffin. Pulls it from the elbow. Another miss by Griffin. For New Orleans, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Gordon, the pass to Davis. The feed to Pondexter. Evans kicks to Ashik. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. That's a 2 from Gordon. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroke. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Paul outside. The dish to Griffin. And again, it's the Clippers missing. New Orleans in the lead. Gordon kicks to Ashik. Pass to Pondexter. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. You look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career. The historic comparisons. I mean, they're mind-boggling. For a kid 23, Greg, the historic comparisons are very favorable for him.
I mean, he's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often. But in his first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to Hakeem the Dream. And that's about as good a company as you can get.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Ashik. Cunningham comes in for Quincy Pondexter. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Norris Cole in for Tyreke Evans. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Paul kicks to Stevenson. And Dante Cunningham gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Davis. That evens the score.
You know, and the funny thing about Davis having similar numbers to Hakeem, he came very close last season in putting up a quadruple double. Hakeem was one of only 4 people to ever accomplish that.
And here are the Pelicans now after the three-pointer from Jamal Crawford. 17 seconds left here in the opening quarter. by Smith. Crawford kicks to Paul. And another three for the Clippers.
Josh Smith getting in the way of the defense there.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers lead by 3. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And Stevenson is out there with Smith. And it's Aldridge in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Crawford. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 6 points for Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, because of Blake Griffin, the Clippers certainly known for their big dunks, he and DeAndre Jordan. But they can hurt you from long range, too. A lot of three-point threats on this team. And last year, they were 3rd in the league in three-point percentage.
Here's Cole. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The pass to Cunningham. Here's Anderson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. For the Clippers, it's been a bit of a trend for them. They've been relying on the 3-ball more and more the last couple of years.
Yeah, and last season marked their 3rd straight year where the Clippers set a franchise record in threes. Also had a franchise record set for an individual as Redick hit 200 threes for the team.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Luke Babbitt comes in for Dante Cunningham. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Tyreek Evans is subbed in for Norris Cole. Now here's Johnson. He feeds it to Jordan. There's Crawford with the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Evans dishes to Davis. Evans against Redick. Evans passes to Anderson. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And here's Crawford. He has 6. To the middle. And Davis sends it back. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Here's Gordon, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession. And that's good news for the rest of that team.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Ashik's checked in. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career. A few years back, he looked like he'd be an absolute star. Once a 22 points a game score, was down to 13 a game last season.
Now here's Davis. Puts it up from 12. Shot's good. Davis has got the lead up to 3 now for New Orleans.
This is a tale of 2 quarters here, really. In the first, they had trouble converting their possessions. I think their field goal percentage was a tad over 20%. But they've shot themselves out of that slump, and now they have the lead and look to be in a good place offensively.
Yeah, on the topic of Eric Gordon, one would think he's still young and talented enough to be a difference maker with any team. He just has to stay healthy. That really is the bottom line. He's got to keep his health.
Kevin, the truth is, though he's had a number of injuries, they've all been different. It isn't one chronic thing. So with a little good luck, we could see him shine once more.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Crawford against Gordon. Down low. It's tipped. Stolen by Ashik. Evans outside. Pass to Davis. He kicks to Babbitt. Shot by Gordon. Wide open. Crawford with the rebound.
And with the way the Warriors went on a rampage last year, you knew that Alvin Gentry would be in demand. Was the architect behind the Warriors' offense, is one of the best offensive minds in our league.
Knocks down the 3 ball. Crawford's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Now here's Evans. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And with Gentry, his offensive prowess can't be understated, Greg. His peers joke and say he can drop an open look for a corpse. I don't know about that, Clark, but we know he's talented. He's got a great offensive mind.
And you know that's right. And with this Pelicans team, he has plenty of firepower to work with, too.
Oh, he does. You're right. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. And the Pelicans making a change here. Pondexter's checked in. Paul Pierce has checked in for Los Angeles.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Davis kicks to Usher, and that one is hammered home.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Here's Pierce. The Pelicans make their last shot. The shot by Redick, no good.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
Clippers trail by 3. Crawford outside. There's 1:38 left to play in the first half. And the wide open shot from Redick. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Evans. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Clock at 4. 14 feet away, and that is good. Gordon's got the lead, back up to 3 now for the Pelicans. LA's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Crawford kicks to Griffin, to the paint, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
The Pelicans have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Outside Gordon. Here's Hasek. Great D that time from Jordan. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
They get it back, and Griffin slams it in.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
17 seconds left in the first half. Now Redick. Here's Griffin, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Pelicans on top. They lead by 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Anthony Davis. And Anthony, based on how the game has been going so far, what's your attitude going to be when you come out to play the second half?
So, you know, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset. Let's go out there and win the third quarter.
Anthony, thank you. Guys, it should be all business when you step between the lines.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. The biggest lead of the quarter was only 3 points as they traded baskets back and forth. They came out in the second quarter with a renewed focus, playing well enough to take a 2-point lead here at the half. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, you expect the home team to take care of business, and they have. They didn't play flawlessly, but they held their own. Now we get to see the true test in the second half.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
It will really help their cause to get to the line more. It's a close game. Every point matters. The team that usually wins a game like this is the more aggressive team. Pushing the ball, taking it hard to the paint. That's the team that's going to get rewarded.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Jamal Crawford really making a difference here.
You just can't shoot the triple any better than he did in that first half. That was incredible.
And here in the second, Greg, he's got to just keep taking them and making them. And if that's the case, no reason for him to stop.
Gordon and Pondexter are the wingmen. The shot-blocking pair of Davis and Hasek inside. And it's Evans in at the point guard. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half.
Well, last season, Quincy Pondexter was moved to the Pelicans. He really took off after the trade and played some of his best basketball to date.
Scooped up. Gordon rejected by Pierce. He dishes it to Paul. And Reddick kicks to Paul. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. Pondexter last year was very valuable after the trade. Career highs, Clark, and points and minutes played for him and with the Pels.
Yeah, and he showed he can really be a 3 and D guy. Shot over 40% from deep with the Pelicans and defended pretty much every position on the perimeter.
He's off on the first. Usually you talk about how tough a player is, and you're always talking about big guys. But Chris Paul is as tough as they come playing that little point guard position.
Yeah, he's a power pack when you look at him. I mean, he's played through a lot of injuries and still has a big-time impact on the game. Most recently in the playoffs, he played through injury to beat the Spurs.
And he sinks the second.
And last year, you could see Paul was hobbled in their loss to the Rockets in the second round. Still, most players wouldn't even have made it back out on the floor, much less been as effective as he was during the postseason.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Now off the inbound, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Yeah, that's the thing about Paul. He doesn't need to be blazing fast or quick to beat you. He can play seemingly on one leg and still dismantle the defense.
That one misses for Davis.
And really, I thought Anthony Davis a season ago just took the league by storm. I mean, jaw-dropping numbers. I think you could argue if the Pelicans' record had been a little better, he probably would have won the league MVP.
Now here's Gordon following the miss by Paul Pierce. Pondexter kicks to Evans. Off target with his 3.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
Gordon against Paul. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Back to Pierce from downtown. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Pierce has got the game tied up here for the Clippers. And you look at the development of Anthony Davis last season, far and away the best player efficiency rating wise in Clark the NBA.
Yeah, that's called PER, player efficiency rating, one of the 4 best marks in NBA history for Davis, alongside Chamberlain, Jordan, and LeBron James.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He was intent on running the offense through Chris Paul. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's Davis off the left rim and out. Los Angeles has gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. And Stevenson kicks to Paul. Stevenson outside. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Looking back at Paul Pierce's career, Clark, so many game winners. None more impressive than his jumper over Dwayne Wade in the first round of the 2010 playoffs.
Yeah, Shaq nicknamed him the Truth for good reason. I mean, Pierce grew up in L.A. and reportedly dreamed of playing with the Lakers. Ironic that he instead became one of the Celtics' all-time greats.
Here's Stevenson after Tyreek Evans has scored. That's good.
Beautiful play by Lance Stevenson. He's as gifted a passer as we have in the league.
The Pelicans have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. To the middle, here's Ajinça, and Aldridge sends it back. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Smith in the posts. Evans is there. That puts them in the lead. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Outside Holiday. Dishes it to Cunningham. Davis sets a screen. And Holiday kicks to Ajinça. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
And looking at Drew Holiday, there's one thing he could do to really improve his game. Something that would, for the first time in a full season, help get his field goal percentage up over 45%. And that's just to get to the rim more often. Attack off the dribble.
Some changes for New Orleans. Anderson comes in for Anthony Davis. And it's Norris Cole in for Tyreek Evans. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Crawford's checked in. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. On the topic of Holiday, there's one stat that proves that he hasn't been going to the basket. He is averaging, Clark, less than 2 free throw attempts a game.
Yeah, his direct competitors are getting to the line. Guys like...
Look at that!
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. A nice shot by Anderson. Anderson's got it all tied up now for the Pelicans.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Crawford drives in, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Crawford's got 11. The Pelicans have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Ajinça kicks to Anderson. There's the bucket. Good. Anderson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs. Let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
And Cole kicks to Holiday for the lead. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Paul outside. It's deflected. Here's Cunningham. A second chance effort, and Holiday with the lay-in. Good.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Screen by Smith. Paul dishes to Crawford. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists in the game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And Cole kicks to Anderson. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Pelicans have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. That free throw good from Drew Holiday. Seven seconds left to play in the third. And that one's good.
And you can tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Paul with the three and released it in time, but it's off the mark. It's a tie game in New Orleans. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. The Pelicans shooting for the game at 42%. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Pierce in at the small forward.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Looking at the game for Paul, he's got 8 points and some good assists too, 4 of them. He's getting it done, making plays by setting up his teammates and grabbing some nice boards too.
And also, how about the intangibles? All the little things that he's done. That's also really important.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops. Well, at this point in his career, Clark, it's safe to call Chris Paul one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah, without question. I mean, for a long time, it was hard to argue that Chris Paul wasn't the top point guard in the league. Even now, you can make arguments for others, but Paul is always going to be in the conversation.
And he can't hit the second.
And with Paul, it is all about his consistency. Other point guards will have better years or stretches than him, but he just puts up huge numbers year in and year out, literally like clockwork.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Shot off the screen, and that one swishes right in.
You know, it's amazing to me how little fanfare CP3 gets. I mean, he's not a flashy player, but you look at his effectiveness on the court, and he's a once-in-a-generation kind of talent. I mean, he's done it all his entire career.
Here's Davis. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Griffin's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Redick passes to Paul. Feeds to Jordan. Passes it to Redick. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jordan the screen. Here's Griffin, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And you see the way Blake Griffin plays. He is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clarkie embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
Norris Cole, he's checked in for New Orleans. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Guys, you want to talk about one tough guy? How about the Turkish hammer, Ashik? Tremendous rebounder. A space eater in the paint, so long.
That's a great way to describe it, Kevin. Last year he finished 4th in the league in rebounds per minute. Plus he's always lurking as a shot blocker.
He is.
And, you know, going back to Ashik, I mean, he's not just a big immobile guy. I mean, he's got really good flexibility, and that's helped him develop some post moves at the offensive end. He's no longer Mr. Dunk or nothing.
And he makes the first.
And going back to Amir Ashik's toughness, you can see it in his face. I mean, he's not going to smile at you. He's not going to show you any expression at all. Just a cold-blooded monster on the floor.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Well, New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoff last year.
They get it again. Griffin, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
And for the Pelicans, part of why they look so mature is how they protect leads. I mean, rarely giving away points for free and knowing how to close out games.
Gordon dishes to Cole. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. Crawford's got 3 rebounds now in this one to take the lead. Outside Jordan. It's Pierce on the wing. To the inside. Paul kicks to Griffin. Crawford against Gordon. Crawford drives in. Another shot. That one off the back iron and out.
And, you know, guys, the Pelicans only lost 5 games last year where they led going into the fourth quarter. They won 38 when entering the fourth quarter with the lead. That's very mature basketball for a team that's as young as they are.
Come on, New Orleans, your Pelicans dance team.
Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop biting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Jordan kicks to Crawford. Shot clock at 6. Los Angeles with another miss. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Outside Gordon. Launches it. No good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Paul outside. Kicks it to Griffin. Puts up the baby hook. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've got extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Tyreek Evans. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
No problem for him there. You just know what the result's going to be when he steps to the line in a tight game like this.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. And that one's good.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Come on, New Orleans, your Pelicans dance team.
There's a minute 40 left to play here in the fourth. Paul kicks to Griffin. The jump hook, good. Griffin's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans dance team.
Gordon, the pass to Cole. Now the feed to Pondexter. Pierce with the steal. There's the dish to Paul. In the corner, it's Crawford. And that misses. That would have put him up.
I guess even he has one of those once in a while.
Cole's shot is good.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
New Orleans making a switch here. Evans is checked in.
Tyreke Evans.
Jordan dishes to Crawford. Ball right side. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Griffin. Sinks it. A huge shot to tie it up.
We're seeing that red-hot version of Blake Griffin.
The Pelicans have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Outside, Davis. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Evans attacking.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Evans against Paul. Pass to Griffin. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans dance team.
Now here's Evans. A three ball. Buries the triple.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. The body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans dance team.
So it's a narrow victory for the Pelicans, pulling it out for the W. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis.
One thing you know about Davis that he's always going to play with an insane amount of energy. It's always full speed ahead with him. And we saw that tonight. Offensively, he plays as well as anyone.
He put on such a well-rounded display offensively. He knew exactly what he wanted to do to break down the defense. Even when they made adjustments on him, he adapted. He said, okay, I can handle it. I'll step aside, do something different.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.